Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for the Robot Spirits, and we have Dome, the anime version. Now, this is a really cool Zeonic suit, and for those who are not familiar with it, it's kind of like what you use on the ground. It's a ground type, basically. It's a really cool one, and if you've seen clips of it, you'll see it hover a lot, hence why he has a giant legs here, kind of like bell-bottom legs. And you just have that massive thrusters down here to allow it to hover. Has quite a bit of arsenal, kind of like the Zaku, but instead of the Heat Hawk, you have the Heat Saber here. You still have the rifle, and I think this comes with a bazooka and some added accessories for the shield. Now also, the Dome is famous for, or being used by the TriStar team, which I believe is composed of 3 Xeon. Let's see, we have Gaia, Mash, and Ortega. I'm not too familiar with them, but I've seen clips, and they're famous for their jet stream maneuver, in which you have 3, either a Zaku or a Dom. And actually, TriStar uses that color scheme of purple and black, so that's their iconic color. And with their move, which basically catches the opponent or catches them blindly, or kind of have a surprise. Since they go in like a straight formation, you might think there's only one, but there's a surprise, which one is a decoy, and sort of like that. But as you see in the show, something special happens. Well, that's hence why we have this shield here for the Gundam. Anyways, enough of that introduction. Let's take a look inside. Alright, and we have the Dome here, and to my surprise, when I opened the package, there's not much into it that you see in the box. And that's something that you get from the Char Zaku, which I've reviewed before, and that's where you get the effect parts, and among other things. And more than likely, if you are getting or collecting the Robot Damashii, you'll be getting both. Anyways, so here we go. We got the Dome here. He looks nice. I like the proportion. It's just right. It looks cool. And where do we start here? Well, let's start with the head here. The head is on a ball joint, which you can move. And actually, there's a chest piece here. There's a hinge that allows you to move even further. So that's really cool. There's also a gimmick. You can pop out this front visor here. It does have a clear plastic on it. And you have essentially a peg ball joint, which allows you to move the eye whichever way you want. So if we move it slightly to his right, there we go. Actually, I end up popping out the plastic. So do not press it from the clear part. Make sure you're holding the red right there. And something tells me that's gonna track fingerprints. My fog up. Moving on, we have the shoulder here. It seems to be in a collar, just sits in there. Then you have your bolt jointed shoulder joint here. You get your bicep swivel, quite nice. You even have a swivel here on the elbow. You got double jointed over there, double joint, like quite nice. There is a wrist joint. This is specifically for the bazooka, and I think the best way to bend that is to hold it from here and just turn it. Yep, you can see it from this side here. That's the best way. Do not turn it from here, because you're gonna be putting stress on that wrist joint there. That's not good. So you can just grab it from this actual wrist, and there you go. Just pop it back in. Yep. And you got your hands here. It's kind of like the ones that comes out of the box. Now there's plenty more. Let's go over those. Let's see here. Got the pair for holding the rifle. And actually, no, that not the rifle. This two. There we go. So you get a pair of them. You also have this one, and this is for the Heat Saber. A little different from the Beam Saber. Xeon uses that different technology where it basically the metal vibrates really fast. It generates heat. So you can probably slide this in, but you can remove the pommel or the backside of the handle or the hilt. And there you go. And you have for the left, not a pair, but you only get one of each. Either this hand or this. I think the Dom uses this one for certain poses, but you can use the other one as well. It just depends on your preference. And there we go. I may have to remove. Let's just go in the center. Just make it neutral. There we go. So that's quite nice. Moving down with the articulation, we have the torso here. Seems like it's in a ball joint. It's quite nice. You get that much articulation side to side. Yeah, it's really great. Let's see. Now the skirt, we have the front skirt, which actually can move forward too. Gives you a bit more leg space there. You get your side skirt that can move up. On the back side is always fixed, but you have your hinge thrusters here that you can move a little bit. They have peg connections there for the effect parts. You got your base stand right there. Even this one you can move for the thrusters. It's a bit bare without the effect parts, but I think that's fine. For the leg, you have this sliding down mechanism, which allows it for a high kick or even to the side. Quite great. That's a lot of mobility right there. Great articulation. You get your thigh swivel right there. And for the knee is great also. Just keep bending. And this actually kind of pops up, as you can see there. Quite nice. And this backside actually collapses in as you bend it. So that's great. Great articulation there. I like that. Now for the ankle can actually, it's on a hinge right here, so you can bring it forward. And you also have a hinge for the thrusters here. You get that. Let's see here how this. There's a ball joint there for the ankle as well, and there is a toe joint. Quite surprisingly, there is a bit of a toe joint, and that's really cool. Now you can do a lot of cool poses with this guy. Quite nice. Alright, so moving on with the other gimmicks. The next one is this particular hand here. So this is when you hold two hands together, and you see this a lot in Dragon Ball. It makes you wonder how come they don't do that in figure arts. They should have a hand just like this. So we just pop this out. Same thing with this. And you just connect it together. Yeah, this will be cool for Dragon Ball. Although, yeah, I think that should be one of the hands. Alright, so just popping this in. There we go. So basically, it's like a surprise attack, or when the opponent is kind of dazed and they raise their hand up and smack them down. It's kind of like a hand hammer, basically. I think that's kind of what it is. You smash down. So it's a cool gimmick, and it works well. Swapping out the hands is quite easy and not problematic, I guess. Yeah, actually, I didn't realize there's an added articulation on the shoulder here, which you can move this up here just a bit more. Raise that arm up. That's nice. Alright, moving on. Let's put this particular hands, and this is towards trying out the next gimmick. Let's see here. Let's go with this then. There we go. Alright. So you do have a pair of trigger finger hands. Where's the other one? Oh, right there. So I'm using both, because the other one is just the regular handle for the circular. Well, actually, it's a little open too. Maybe I can use that instead. Let's try that, because it's not really. This is with the bazooka. Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud here. Alright, so let's just reposition this. Okay, And let's bring out the Bazooka. Bazooka is right here. Quite nice. It has a nice scope there. You know, it's a bit orange. I like orange. You have your handle here, as well as here, which you can tilt forward. You got this here, kind of like a support for the other hand. You can flip this. So either way, you can have him hold this to left or right. As well as the scope, you can move it around. Then the backside, there's not much other than this little gimmick here. You can pop this out, kind of expose the other end. And there is a panel, which I'm trying to find now where it is. Alright, I found it. So there's a little panel here, which just kind of emulates it being open. Right there. Alright, so let's put this on here. I'm just gonna go between the thumb. There we go, slide that in. Bend this and bend the wrist. There we go. Quite nice. Put this onto the side. There we go. Alright, and attach here. I want to tilt this a little bit and bring this wrist. There we go. I just put everything together. Actually, this may not be a good hand for this. Let's just go with this. It's a little bit more open. There we go. So there we go. That's nice. All right, and there we go. Unfortunately, I have my Char Zaku robot Damashii kind of stashed away. Otherwise, I'll be putting all the effect parts here. But just to demonstrate, even without the effect parts, it looks awesome. And I think that's about it for this. I mean, you also have this, what do you call this? Hand rack. You can pop all the hands there when you're not using them. There we go. This one's a bit loose there, but I wonder how you're gonna put this one here. I guess that works. So that's that. And you also have the shield. So this is for the Gundam, and one of the, I think, scenes with the jet stream attack, the Gundam raised this up to block the heat saber, but slices this off. And yeah. You make you think that the Gundam is invincible, but not really. The other weapons he has is just your standard one. Maybe the rifle is a bit different, but the shield, it's your standard shield. So these are just actually quite disposable. Which is, you rather have this destroyed than a Gundam, basically. And I think that's about it for this review. It's a really cool figure. I really enjoy this. And makes me think that maybe I should get two more. Get the TriStar team going on. So definitely a really great figure. I think that's about it. If you got any questions, let me know. Again, I got mine from Tatsu Hobby. And I think that's about it. So until then, this is Meads. Thanks for watching.